oftentimes when you're developing, you have a need to manage some secrets, API strings, database configuration strings. And one tool to do that is a tool called Doppler. It's a secret management tool. And so we're going to show today how to use Doppler with Daytona or Doppler with Devcontainer in general. The way we're going to do that is by using one of their examples. This is an example from Doppler's university repo, and it is a GIF generator, and it's pretty simple. It's straightforward. It has a bunch of things in here that it's gonna use as secrets. So tags, environment variables, node environments, all those kind of things. Doppler will take care of all of that. The trick is that you just need to figure out a way to get all of that information into your environment. And you'll have to find out how to get Doppler installed, how to set everything up, how to get the two things to play nicely, or you could just use Devcontainer. So what we're going to do, let's go look at the Devcontainer setup here. And we're going to go ahead and launch it, and then I'll talk about it while it's launching. So we just fired it off in Daytona. If you're not familiar with Daytona, Daytona is what we believe is the best place to run Devcontainer workloads. You're able to run Daytona wherever you want, in your cloud, in a data center, and it gives you the ability to stand up these remote environments very quickly on effectively just a click. So while that's firing up, let's talk about what's actually happening in here. So we're starting from an image. That image in this case is just the default sort of Devcontainer image that Microsoft puts out for node workloads. And you'll notice that we're adding a feature. In this case, we're adding a feature that we wrote for Doppler. And that will install and configure Doppler for us. So we won't really need to do anything. That configuration will come in the form of environment variables. So in this case, for the project, go ahead and say that we're going to use in Doppler, look for the Mandalorian GIFs node project. And within that, you're going to look for the dev environment. So if we go back, you could put dev underscore docker stage production. That's what that's looking for. Coming back, it's also, we're going to inject a local token, and we're going to do that through Daytona. We'll talk about how that works in just a second. If you want to do any other customizations, you can. Here, we're just making sure that Prettier is installed as an extension. And then we're going to do a couple little tricks. We're going to make sure that if the environment sees port 8080, sees a service coming up on port 8080, that it goes ahead and opens the preview for that. And why are we doing that? Well, when the environment is created, we're going to go ahead and run npm install. And then once the user attaches to this environment, we're going to use Doppler to go ahead and start npm, which means the entire application should come up when we start it. And then we'll see a preview for it. Now, how would you go about getting this Doppler token? It's relatively easy. It's in the documentation under service tokens. So if you go to Doppler's docs and look up service tokens, you'll be able to find this. Somewhere in the world, you'll need to sign up for a Doppler account. Then you'll also want to log in, and after you log in, you'll be able to create this token. Once you have that token, you'll be able to go to Daytona and go to the environment variables, and then you'll be able to create it. I've already created one, so we'll skip that part. One other kind of cool thing, just for this example, when you go either to my example or Doppler University, you'll be able to import everything you need for this by clicking this import Doppler button. It'll give you the exact environment that I've already got and that you'll be able to use yourself. So now we're going back. We launched, and here it is, everything that we need all up and running. And in about a moment, it's going to run the service. So you'll see that it's picked up my token, it picked up the environment, and it went ahead and launched. So all we needed to do in order to use Doppler in dev environment, dev container environment, was set a couple environment variables and a token. It really doesn't get easier than that. So thanks.